Hi, welcome. It's Friday night and date night, music night. One of my favorite pieces about writing is the songs that come to me. I know it's so the theme song for the book, or for character, or for a chapter. I love it when I'm listening to something, or when it says, Tessa Campbell, right? Foxtrotter. I love Renewal's theme song. So the theme song for Renewal, the third book that we've been talking about this week, is a song that Trevor was listening to when he was driving to Oregon, and he made that call to Ruth. It's Come Away With Me by Nora Jones, 2002. I saw the video of Nora Jones on floating down a 2-lane desert road in a 1970 Cadillac Coupe de Ville two-tone, white top, and that wonderful sort of green, color. She's just cruising down this desert road. She's passing guys with white headbands jogging in the desert sun going the opposite direction. A tumbleweed drifts lazily across the highway. And speaking of tumbleweeds, did you know that back in the olden days, when families lived on homesteads miles from neighbors, the women in the families would get so lonely, they would write letters to anyone and attach them to a passing tumbleweed, hoping that someone would read that letter. But I digress. Back to Come Away With Me. When I hear that song, I think of Kerouac riding on the road. I think of Route 66, Buzz and Todd driving towards something just out of reach for either one of them. And I've always pictured that Corvette as being lipstick red, even though I saw it in black and white. This song was also included in the soundtrack for the film Made in Manhattan, a romance comedy. The movie itself was released in, I think, 2002, and a lot of the major photography was done in New York City in April, just months before 9/11. So after 9/11 happened, they went in and, erased those films. Just kind of an aside there. Another thing I love about this song is that it's just very slow, very old-fashioned. It's got this old-fashioned feel, like Ruth, who loves soft, flowy vintage clothes, collectible kitchenware. Her home is a recycled water tower, right? And she's asking Trevor to come away with her. And when push comes to shove, is she going to be able to do that? And I want to wake up with the rain falling on a tin roof where I'm safe there in your arms. So all I ask is for you to come away with me. And funny, but that's the dilemma that Trevor finds himself in when reality hits him after he's done working for the Montroses. Like what's next for him? Ruth is that planner. She plans everything, and Trevor's not that person. And for a while in Renewal, Ruth and Trevor are just kind of enjoying each other, trying to figure out how they fit into each other's lives. In chapter 5, Gone, Trevor's reminded of this when the song comes on the radio and he's driving to Ashland. He's basically done a runner because he doesn't know what's going on. He hasn't thought this decision through. His decision feels rational, but it's more emotional. And he ends up blindly driving away from Walkerville from Ruth with devastating consequences. And then there's the song Tupelo Honey from Van Morrison, 1971. And that's the song that Ruth is playing the first time Trevor comes to dinner. And she's, floats down the stairs, right? You can't stop us on the road to freedom. You can't stop us because only our eyes can see. So the thing about Van, he wrote some of the best songs of my youth. Got a little off base with the pandemic, his views about the pandemic. But the dichotomy is that he's Northern Irish. And when he wrote this song in 1971, the Troubles were still raging in Northern Ireland. And the political component, the political climate in his life when he was growing up has always been violence. And it would appear that the choice has always weighed Van's mind. It's like, what do I choose? And our characters in Renewal, Ruth and Trevor, what are they choosing? Right? Trevor is choosing to run away because he's not sure what he wants to do with his life. And Ruth is that planner. She's got her whole life planned out, and she can't figure out why Trevor won't join her. Right? How do we get these two back together? Do we get them back together? So that's it for tonight. I thought this section would be longer, and it isn't. I'll be back on Monday, September the 20th. And Ruth is a planner. She's got her life planned out. I am not a planner. You may not know this about writers, but we come in two different varieties, so I've heard. We've got the planners and we've got the pansters. The planners, have everything planned, all of the dialogue, what people are wearing, where they're standing, what they look like, what the weather's like, what's playing in the background, dialogue, all that kind of stuff. And me, I just follow my characters around, right? So for me to plan to do stuff on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and to tell you the books that I'm going to be reading from, to tell you the characters that I'm going to be talking about, that's really stretching me. I'm feeling quite grown up. So thank you for joining me. And remember to check just below this video. YouTube counts everything, so it means a lot to us if you give us a thumbs up. And it's also really helpful if you subscribe to my channel by clicking that big red button. And if you have any questions or comments, so for Monday, I think for next week, the book that I'm going to be talking about, reading from, talking about character development and music is going to be book 6, Renaissance. If you have any other suggestions about what book you'd like to hear about, let me know. There's links to my Facebook and Instagram pages and my email address. And AC is archiving all of these talks, so check the playlist on my page. And he has the direct link for Monday night's live stream on this page as well. So hope to see you then on Monday. Have a great, safe weekend. And thank you again for joining us. Good night.
Clear.